So My Hero Academia chapter 388 is here and it's finally time to talk about it. And it looks like things are leading to the end game for the Todoroki family. So yes, let's break it down from start to finish after the recap. So let's begin. In the beginning of the chapter, we see that the pro heroes are actually helping along with the new student heroes, and they are actually taking the people and getting them to new safe areas with their robot, evacuation drones. And we see a lot of pre-existing heroes that we know and love. So this is also interesting because they are actually escaping from Darby's flames. We are also shown Darby's entire flames as people look at it from afar, and we are also shown the reactions of Toya's brothers and sister, and they both are in utter shock. Of course, Ray is also right there, and she is already feeling guilty about Darby or Toya, and she just tells her kids to go away as she, asks the drone to take her to where Darby is. But the drone, of course, says yes because the drones are programmed to always obey the humans. In the present, we see that Endeavor is actually absolutely devastated by what's happening right in front of him because he knows that his wife will even die here if this happens, and he's asking her to back off, but she isn't going because she thinks that she's equally guilty like him and they're gonna do this together just like they promised. Darby, who has lost his mental capacity, keeps telling mom, and then suddenly he mentions both his sister and brother's name as both Endeavor and his wife turn back to see their two young kids walking into the flame using their ice powers on Darby to cool him down. This is also where we see the brother who also doesn't like Endeavor, who keeps, messing up things, who's always arrogant, he hates everything almost. We just learn that he's the one who felt the most guilty because he was the one who couldn't stop Darby because he couldn't care less at that time. So for the first time in several years, this guy talks to Darby and he tells in a brotherly fashion, cut it out already, and you're already causing so many problems, you sorry cause for a brother. And that's really impressive, that line, I mean. And then we are shown this insane image by Kohei, and it's really great where we see someone imagining, I think it's Darby or it might even be Endeavor, where we see the entire Todoroki family together. Toya is actually, normally with the Toya face, but he's still wearing Darby's clothes, which I don't understand. This is like an alternate future where they could have been together. And what's weird is Shoto is nowhere in this. But unlike other chapters, this chapter was not that long and it was a very short chapter. So breaking it down will be easy because we'll just be talking about what's happening in the chapter right now. The first thing that we can of course talk about is the Todoroki family's suicide. The entire family is now at the same place and Darby is no longer in control of whatever he is doing. His brain is gone. I also really like that Shoto's brother, older brother, actually feels guilty about Darby turning out like this. Or actually Toya turning out like this. It looks like Toya is going to burn the entire family of Todoroki and it's going to be really sad. Just imagine if Shoto is the only survivor from this Darby's attack. But it's really great that Ray is also here and both his other siblings is also here and they are here as a family. I don't know how, but this actually makes sense for Darby's story arc. I mean, there is no saving him now and there has to of course be some kind of he just gets forgiven before his death. I mean, by his family members. Of course, not everyone he killed are going to be happy, are going to be, sad about his death. What really surprised me was that Endeavor's skin was burning, which is a given because he's a hero, but now Ray is also being burnt by these flames. And I'm pretty sure that that's going to happen to both their siblings. But there is hope for us because we know that in the next chapter, Todoroki will arrive and he will be the one to use his power and break his limits to actually save his entire family. I mean, other than Darby, I'm pretty sure that he's going to die now. Because even if he lives, I don't think he can pay with his life for his crimes. Or even pay for his crimes at all. I mean, what were you going to do? Put him in jail? It's the least possible theory that we can come up with now. So yes, what did you think of this incredibly short chapter? I think it could have been more great if they added in more pages, but we don't know what Kohei is going through. So We just have to wait for his next chapter to come. For the past two chapters, we are still focusing on Todoroki's family, which I know is a given that this has to happen, but Bakugo is still not there, and I really want to know what happens to Bakugo and how he returns to the story, because we know that he's dead, but he isn't, which is going to be really cool when we actually see him return. So I'm just waiting hopelessly for some great grand finale. If you're new to this channel, subscribe to my channel and get me to at least 450 subscribers by the end of this month. I'm really putting in a lot of effort on making these videos. I'll see you guys in my next video. Till then, sayonara guys, chan out.